But he gave us all gifts and doctors and nurses. I lost my mom, and she was sick for 12 years. And if it wasn't for a nurse, the nurses was everything to me. When I would go in the hospital and I would see her, the nurses would lift my spirit and treat my mom so good. My mom went childlike in her later years. Cherish your family, y'all. Cherish your family. In an essay she published in Essence in January, Lewis emphasized that prevention is the real cure for cancer and urged women to pay attention to their bodies. We're not meant to stay here forever. We come to this life, have experiences, and then we go, she wrote. That's acceptance. Being real about that with yourself changes how you choose to live. And I'm telling y'all, I've seen so many people go in my life that, baby, I'm real as a get with that. That's why I don't mess around with none of these knuckleheads, because, baby, they'll hurt you. Okay? If they ain't grounded and they ain't smart, they'll hurt you. When I was working at the prison, you know what the women in the prison was watching? They was watching the women horror shows about things like that. So, yeah. Okay? And that's why we had counseling for them, because something always leads somebody somewhere. Remember that. Okay? It's not your job to save people, but it's your job to give people grace. And if you feel like you're being harmed, stay out the way. Because every time you let somebody harm you mentally or spiritually, you also listen in your days too. Okay? Being real about that with yourself changes how you choose to live. I don't want to spend one more minute than I have to suffering unnecessarily. That for me is not the quality of life I'm interested in. When it's time for me to go, I want to be able to look back on my life and say I did that exactly how I wanted to. Lewis was born in Los Angeles in 1973. Her parents divorced when she was 2, and she and her sisters, Lakshmi, moved with her mother to live with their grandmother in San Diego. In 1999, Lewis opened up to teen people about her difficult relationship with her mother as a child and teenager. Mom was overwhelmed from the get-go, devastated by divorce and working hard to support 2 kids, she said. But Lewis felt neglected.
Stay tuned for EP2.
A lot of resentment towards her. At the time I was 10, I became a belligerent, rebellious kid, and my mother and I were fighting about everything, she explained. She attended an arts high school and spent her time in school plays and volunteering. After graduating from Howard University in 1995, she landed a job as the host of BET's Teen Summit. Stay tuned for a video 2 because it goes on a little bit to explain about her, okay?